I'm Ryan Milliken from Hardway Performance, and you're listening to the Diesel Power Podcast.
This is Jaron Holder from Holder Down Performance.
This is Anthony Rings from XDP.
I'm Dimitri Miller with No Zone Diesel.
I'm Drew with D&J Precision Machine.
I'm Pinky.
And you're listening to the Diesel Power Podcast.
Diesel Power Podcast.
Diesel Power Podcast.
And you're listening to the Diesel Power Podcast.
The one and only Diesel Power Podcast.
We're really excited to bring you today's episode. We hear about game changers and innovation all the time, and mostly that's just code for putting a new wrapper on some old shit. But not today. Kory Willis joins us to talk about EZ LYNK and how it's changing custom tuning. And as the power goes up on these trucks, or any diesel truck, you eventually get to the point where you need an upgraded transmission. If you're in the market for a built transmission, we have a once-a-year deal going on. You buy a transmission from Street Diesel Power, and we'll throw in a free upgrade. Yep, a free upgrade. We're only doing this for a limited time, so give us a call at 888-556-0743, or send us a message on Facebook. It's that easy. It's going to make your hard-earned cash go farther. Remember, this is exclusively through Street Diesel Power only, so contact us today before it's over. All right, let's hear from Kory Willis about EZ LYNK and how it's flipped the tuning world on its head.
Well, it's awesome to chat with you today, Kory. How's your summer been?
Going great. Can't complain. We got the new EZ LYNK device rolling and working on some new DMAX stuff, waiting for all the 17 models to come out.
You know, I saw that on social media, and there seems like there's so many cool things about it, and I definitely wanted to chat with you and kind of ask you how does it work? What's so different about it? You know, say versus some other platforms that you might tune other trucks with.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. The EZ LYNK is started off with just Ford, 11 through 16 currently. And what it does is the EZ LYNK itself is like a pass-through device. So, but it connects to your iOS device, which it's soon to have Android support as well. Whenever you sign in on your iOS device, you open up an app and you create an account. And whenever you create your account, then that technician you're linked to, for instance, if you bought a PPEI EZ LYNK, all you would have to do is just plug it in, and then it'll have all your profiles right there in the programs tab. But say, for instance, you want to share it with another technician, maybe another tuner, you want to try something else, then you can actually just go to share with and type in your technician /tuner's email, and they can send you tunes as well. So it's pretty neat that it's connected. It's a server. It connects technicians to the end user, rather they be getting tuning or diagnostics or whatever. So it's an app that clearly runs off a server. So you can take EZ LYNK device A or B or C, it don't matter. Whenever you're signed into your account, it's good to go. And it's all on the fly. It's got a bunch of really useful PIDs in it. You can read clear trouble codes, a bunch of useful information.
That is really cool, and it's different than, everything else. It's always been, emailing things back and forth or recording something. No computers, man, no emailing. The firmware, whenever you need to update firmware, it'll push it from the server to your app. And your app will, whenever you plug the device in or you get back to your truck and it's connected through Wi-Fi, it'll say automatically update firmware, yes, or postpone. And you just click yes. And whenever you click yes, then it's going to automatically update the firmware on the device. So it's not like you have to go back to the computer and try to update it with that. It's like the easiest thing in the world. If say, for instance, that, you had a trouble code pop up and you're at the racetrack and you need your technician to turn off the code. Well, if there's say 10 or 15 or thousands of people running that same tune file and that you're just your truck throws the code, but it's a code that needs to be turned off universally, then the technician can actually update that one tune file and it'll automatically push it to everyone. So to get tune files perfected and to keep everybody, totally up to date, it's by far the easiest solution ever. It's like every other app that's already on our phones. Like, it just automatically updates and.
Exactly, and that's what it does with your truck. It's amazing.
Now, how does now does it is it something that actually plugs into, say, the OBD2 port and just stays on there all the time, or you plug in when you need to do something?
Correct. It plugs into you can plug it into the OBD port, and what we do is we push out a bunch of different tune files at once. So whenever, you would plug in, then you're going to get a bunch of single tune profiles, and you're going to get shift on the fly profiles. So if you don't want to leave that EZ LYNK Auto Agent plugged into the OBD port, say for instance you just want to plug it in, put your tune in, take it out, then you could use one of the single tune profiles, and it will just stay on that one setting. But if you want to use the on the fly functionality, then you do need to leave it plugged in, which the EZ LYNK actually has. It comes with a couple of zip ties, and it's got four holes on each corner that you can zip tie it underneath the dash. So it gets out of the way, and then it still communicates from a long ways.
It's really awesome to see this kind of technology and innovation come just to the tuning world as far as the usability and how quickly you could change files or update them. It's just what we're used to in everyday life with apps and phones and everything else. It's really cool to see it on the tuning side.
It is, man, and it changes everything, all the way down to a tech shop. What people haven't caught on to yet, because it's so fairly new, is that, the unit also does data logging. It does it in basically 30-minute segments. But then if there's an area specifically that the truck say it's acting up, the end user can just press the record button, or it'll basically make a bookmark. So that way you could take and send that log to technician, all within the app, and you send it and it sends it right to the technician server. So what's nice is if you have a customer come in and he, just say for instance, your shop has an EZ LYNK on the shelf. Well, the customer comes in and says, man, my truck only acts up, once in a blue moon. We all know that story. Mm-hmm. So, it would generally take that technician driving the truck all week long, driving it personally, driving it 4 or 6+ hours to get the truck to act up. Well, with EZ LYNK, you could put it in the truck and just tell them drive it. When it acts up, press one button. And whenever it does, then it'll send it to the technician server and it's done. So it saves the end user a lot of time and they're not without their vehicle, and also saves the technician tons of hour in diagnostics. So aside from just tuning alone, from a tech standpoint, the EZ LYNK's amazing.
That is. I never even thought of that side of it, but
yeah,
so many
awesome
times customers would drop their truck off, or even I've done it, when you got a brand new truck and a warranty issue or something, and they're like, all right, we'll drop it off, leave it with us, and we'll try to replicate it. And sometimes it takes them a day or two to replicate, what was going on.
Yeah, imagine just putting a unit in their truck and say, when it acts up, press the red button. And that's it. That problem solved. Technician can go back, look for that bookmark in the data log, and quickly find, whatever issue that it might have been if it's something that's supported by the data. Which all the PIDs that are in the EZ LYNK, which can always be updated, EZ LYNK can always add more. Currently, it's got all the PIDs in it that I would ever need for, tuning a truck from 400 horsepower to 2,000 horsepower or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really awesome. We've been tuning for a while, and I've used countless amounts of softwares, and so far it's by far the easiest that we've ever used. We've done a whole lot of trucks now with it, and it's been very simple. If one or two of them throws a code, we can update it and fix the problem. We had one customer with a cab and chassis truck that it ended up having a 75-mile-an-hour speed limit that we forgot. And so he said, hey, my truck won't go over 75. And so I updated his profile, and it automatically shared it with the 9 other trucks that had the same profile that just didn't discover it had a 95-mile-an-hour speed limit yet. So the people that would have had the issue, they have an automatic update, sitting on their phone, just ready to load into the truck, and it fixes the problem. So from a tuner standpoint, it's like a miracle tool. We're not sitting there figuring out a problem, waiting for everyone to contact us about it. We fix the problem before, everybody knows.
That is sweet. Yeah, I knew something was up when all of a sudden I started getting these calls about EZ LYNK and stuff. I'm like, what's EZ LYNK? And then I start.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool because you had asked last time we had spoke. You said, what do you think's to come? And I said, the Internet of Things. And this is what I was talking about. That's super cool.
Now, as far as with the power strokes, like the 11s to 16s, you've got the tuning out for them now, so people can call you guys or any of your dealers and then get this new technology and tune their 11 to 16 power strokes, right?
Yes, correct. And it's really, really nice to use, all right? So the method that people are so used to ordering tuning with is we need all your truck's information. We need the VIN number. We need all of this data to be able to generate a file for your truck. Well, EZ LYNK is intelligent enough, and the server is that it can, you can take and order, for instance, if a dealer or a WD wanted to order 100 or 200 or however many amount of units and put them on their shelves, they can, if we already have them pre-linked / pre-set up with PPEI, then that dealer can just stock them on their shelves and give them to customers as they come in. So they don't have to send data to us. They don't have to wait for tuning or anything. It's ready right then and there.
Oh, that is cool. And no more of those grainy pictures you get of like the VIN on the door panel. The people.
Oh man. Oh God. Yes. None of that. The EZ LYNK's automatically going to recognize what kind of strategies in the truck. It's going to recognize everything by the VIN number, the serial number. It's going to do basically all the work, and then it's going to grant you whatever profiles we set up on our end to match your truck. And we give a bunch of tune files in there as well that are from dual pumps to fixed-vane turbos, aftermarket VGT turbos, aftermarket turbos with stock pumps. We put all of that in there at no extra charge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, you buy this for your truck, and regardless of your mods, unless you've got some unbelievably huge, nasty injectors, we've got a tune file in there that likely matches your mods right out the box. It runs amazing.
This is so cool. There's not a lot of times, something like this. It's like it just jumped the tuning side or diesel performance in general into this current kind of time period we're in where we're all using our phones. We all have apps. We don't like to wait. There's so much information that can be hard to pass from like the customer to the tuner or the shop, with issues or updates or, I remember the old days of hooking up my laptop to my truck to data log and trying to balance it while I'm doing something to make sure I hit the record button on it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's kind of, it's good. It's got us to where we are. I'm very thankful and happy for it. We still do it to this day, but there's no argument that this technology makes the tuning life easier and the end user's tuning life a lot easier when they don't have to use a PC. How often is it you plug into your PC and it needs driver updates or a software didn't download correctly? It gets rid of all of that crap. None of it.
Awesome. Man.
Yeah, and then EZ LYNK tech support's on another level too. So any issues, any issue that we've seen come across, they've all been resolved for the most part within basically 10 minutes. So, and the issues have been very, very, very minimal. And like I said, if it was a 10-minute fix, it wasn't a big deal. And that was off of, a pretty nice launch. So I'm really excited about it, man. It's solid. It's the most solid tuning platform I've ever used.
It's really cool to see you guys get into the Power Stroke tuning too.
Yeah. I'd purchased a Power Stroke back in 2014, and the make a long story short, the architecture of the way the ECU works in the Power Stroke was very similar to DuraMax LML, in which I'm very familiar with. So to be able to map out and make the Power Stroke do exactly what we wanted it to do was extremely simple, just because, like I said, the architecture of the ECU is much like an LML. So we've kind of had all these programs sitting on the shelf since the end of 2014, and it's been working real well. It's been hard for me to keep my mouth shut and keep my lip bit whenever I see people having issues with their whenever they tune their 15 and 16 trucks. The exhaust brake and all this stuff quits working. And it's like, man, we've got all this sitting on the shelf ready to go. We just need to EZ LYNK needs to get finished up so we can actually use it. So it's nice to be able to see something we invested in with just programming wise, roughly 2 years ago, really be able to get put to use today.
Yeah, it's just waiting for the delivery, EZ LYNK.
The delivery method, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's worked out real good, man. A lot of people say, well, PPEI is not, they're untested or it's untrue on power strokes. But, for us, it's almost like, the Eco Diesel had a lot of the same architecture in its ECU as well. And we had released that and had, hardly no issues, tuning the highest horsepower, highest torque one there is with Ryan Espo. And so moving right along to Ford, it was, in my opinion, even easier than Eco Diesel. So it's at the end of the day, if the ECU architecture is, a lot the same, then we can figure out how to make that programming work, as solid as possible. And another really nice thing about it, too, is the transmission tuning. We also include transmission tuning with all the profiles. So we add line pressure, the ongoing, offgoing, and then we change the lockup strategies a little bit. We raise the shift points a hair to where it doesn't ever get boggy. And then we also include for free second gear lockup profiles in there as well, which is, I think, becoming a pretty big deal to the Ford guys. They seem to really be digging that.
That's awesome that you include that, because that transmission tuning, when you can do it, like on the newer trucks, like just lining that up with the engine tuning makes the drivability so much
nice.
better.
Exactly. And then, on these trucks that it's real popular right now with doing the big fixed vane chargers on the 6.7 because they flow good air. They have to have transmission tuning to drive properly. And it's really cool to see someone just buy an EZ LYNK off the shelf, put it in their truck, and kind of like what Rudy's did, and bust out 700 horsepower in a truck that drives amazing without any additional tuning hardly even needed to be done.
And it's
pretty cool.
I think I read online that it's coming out for the Androids too. So you can use your iPhone right now, but then the Android is going to be supported, right?
Yes, sir. Android support's right around the corner.
Very cool.
And the next supported market's going to be DuraMax, and then after the DuraMax, and they'll have Cummins support. So, and the Cummins support's really nice as well because, if you notice whenever someone purchases an EZ LYNK device, it has an OBD cable, but then it has like a little USB cord coming from it. That USB cord is going to be the cord that connects to the actual unlock cable. So the EZ LYNK will be able to do everything all in one.
Oh, no, that'll be awesome without having to get all these different things to be able to just tune the truck. It's all right there.
Yeah, and what's really, really nice, too, especially from a dealer standpoint, is that, we have all the tuning ready to go, already for the most part. We just, as EZ LYNK adds the protocols of support for the new platforms, that you'll be able to buy PPEI EZ LYNK off the shelf as, one price. We're not even going to call it a Ford EZ LYNK. We're not going to call it a Dodge EZ LYNK. It's just PPEI EZ LYNK. So whenever they buy that off the shelf, from us or one of our dealers, it's going to be one price point, and that's going to work for all the trucks. So stock one item on your shelf, and it'll tune everything.
That is awesome. I mean, I would love to do that because I never know. And sometimes I get a 6.7 Power Stroke guy that needs tuning, or a 6.7 Cummins or DuraMax or whatever it might be, and it's so hard to have like 4 to 5 different things.
Oh man, it is. And then what's rough right now, and that we can't. It's almost out of control. Is the biggest complaint we get is the wait times. We first need your vehicle information, and then we can send you the programming. But it would be much nicer if we didn't need to know your vehicle information. You just plug it in and you got the programs already. So it'll be really, really cool. And what's nice is, it's like we said, it's all server based. So it's not like you're getting just a basic box tune and that's what you got. You're stuck with it. You're buying it from a custom tuning company. So if you add parts or you need something adjusted or looked at, it's not like you're buying it from someone that's not going to look it over or say that's just how it is. We can actually custom tune those profiles specific to your needs. So you still get that whole entire custom tuning feel, but, a lot of 90% of people, when they install the tunes that we already have proven work, they're amazing, into the truck, then they're done. That's all they want. So, but for the guys that really need a little bit of extra and special attention, the EZ LYNK's going to be able to offer that as well. So I think it covers everybody.
I just thought of something, and I know you've probably come across it way more than I have. But, say somebody has EZ LYNK on their truck, and there's a tune that's in it, and they sell the truck or something like that. People will do that. They'll leave like an EFI tune or something, and they sell the truck, and this guy gets it. Are you able to unlock it and then retune it for somebody, or how does it work like that?
Well, here's what's really nice. So, what you're paying for basically is the profiles to be loaded onto your account. So, for instance, you can grab your friend's iPhone and log into your Facebook account. It doesn't have to be your phone to log in because it's an account. So you can get on a computer and log into that same Facebook account. So that's the way EZ LYNK works, is it doesn't really matter about the device itself. It matters about your account. So if you paid for a support pack from PPEI and you ended up using it, rather use it for just diagnostics or you use it for tuning, whatever ends up being the end user's goal, then that works on that specific truck. If you need to use it on another truck, then all you have to do is just add another license basically to your account, which with that you would go on our site or one of our dealers and purchase either a single tune profile or a single tune support pack, or just a support pack in general, which comes with all the programming. So if a shop wants to program a vehicle right there in house, they can program it, and all they have to do is go enter their EZ LYNK device serial number on our website or one of our dealers, and just basically pay for a new package, and it'll be ready to go regardless of what truck it's going on next.
Okay, no, that is cool. That's awesome.
It makes it really nice. So, and in the future, you'll be able to take and say, for instance, you can pay for how many vehicles you do at one time in the near future. So if you say, I want to pay for 5 vehicles at once, that way I don't have to call you on each one, with the same EZ LYNK or the same account, then you'll be able to pay for that many at one time, and you won't even have to call us until, it's time to basically relicense, reorder programming.
This product's got me excited. I mean, I haven't seen something like this that's so versatile, current and modern. It works with shops, works with individuals, works across multiple vehicles, automatically updates, saves the end user so much time.
Oh, man, it's, in my opinion, I wouldn't like to say that it's ahead of its time. It's just that it's caught up with its time. Everything should be at this point, by now. I mean, we were working, like last time we spoke, we're working in the Internet of Things. So it's just finally, I think the tuning industry is catching up with where we're actually at as a society. And it's really nice because it's making my life a heck of a lot easier. Yeah. So we can send a few hundred EZ LYNKs out the door for the most part, ready to go. And, it'll save us hours and hours and hours versus having to specifically, do the same thing over and over for each specific vehicle, to marry a profile to that one vehicle is really time consuming. But the EZ LYNK makes it a heck of a lot easier for us, which gives us extra time in the day to work on more platforms. So it works out good for everybody.
We're really excited to be able to bring this podcast to people and help get the word out about it, and just let people know just how easy all this technology that they can have at their fingertips, like right now. And people, they want that ease of tuning. And sometimes you have different trucks. A lot of these guys, They have fleets. They have the personal LML, and they use 6-7 power strokes or any combination of things. And now you have something that can work across all of them.
Exactly, man. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And the way that the PIDs are set up with now, they'll be able to monitor EGTs with the simplicity of just moving a couple of wires around. It's really, really nice. It's very, very, very nice. I'm excited. It's just that it's something new, so people have to catch on to it. They've got to learn to trust the product. Whenever you think, well, it's a device that runs wirelessly with an app, immediately, naturally our brains think complicated, but it's not. And that's what's really what I'm excited to see is as it travels the internet and, the reviews we're getting back are people are saying, we can't believe how easy this is to use. I mean, it's by far the easiest programming unit I've ever used. I mean, and that's comparing it to all the big box tuning companies and then even, previously H&S. It's so much easier to use than even a Minimax. So it's awesome.
That's great. We appreciate you coming on the podcast, today and chatting with us. And I know you're a busy guy and don't want to pull you away, too long, but we're really excited about EZ LYNK. And, we've gotten questions and I've had questions and you definitely answered all of them. So we're
awesome, man. Well, anything else y'all could think of, just give me a shout and we'll answer all of them. We can answer them, our dealers can answer them, or, any one of our techs inside. They're all pretty knowledgeable.
This episode of the Diesel Power Podcast was brought to you by ATS Diesel. Recently, the guys over there were showing me the new 5-star converter for the 6R140 transmission, and it's pretty nasty. If you're looking for the best torque converter on the market for your 2011 to current Super Duty, you got to check out the ATS 5-star. It's holding some crazy torque numbers out there. Go to atsdiesel.com for more information and pricing. Until next time, Diesel fans, keep the shiny side up.